Memoirs of Napoleon Bonaparte. In Napoleon Bonaparte. Chapter 1. I, Napoleon Bonaparte, took my first breath in Ajaccio, Corsica, on the 15th of August 1769. The original spelling of my name was Bonaparte, with a U that I chose to suppress during my initial campaign in Italy. My motives were simple: to align the spelling with pronunciation and to abbreviate my signature. Even after the famous 13th Vendémiaire, I continued to sign as Bonaparte. Contrary to the unfounded claim that I was born in 1768 and deliberately misrepresented my age, the truth is that I consistently asserted the 9th of August as my birthday. The baseless charge of misrepresenting my age is unequivocally debunked by a note in the register of M. Berton, the sub-principal of the College of Brienne. The entry states that I, M. Napoleon de Bonaparte, écuyer, born in Ajaccio, Corsica, on the 15th of August 1769, left the Royal Military College of Brienne on the 17th of October 1784. The authenticity of this record stands as a testament to the accuracy of my birth date and the integrity of my representation. The narratives surrounding my supposed low extraction lack any factual basis. My family indeed faced economic challenges, and my education was made possible through public support, a benefit that numerous honorable families, including mine, utilized. A memorial drafted by my father, Charles Bonaparte, addressed to the Minister of War, outlined the reduction of our family's fortune due to the failure of a certain enterprise and the injustice perpetrated by the Jesuits, who unjustly deprived us of an inheritance. The primary purpose of this memorial was twofold: to request a sub-lieutenant's commission for me, Napoleon, who at the time was merely 14 years old, and to secure Lucien's admission as a pupil to the military college. The minister's response, jotted on the back of the memorial, was a standard one. In the margin, a clear message was conveyed, stating that my request was inadmissible as long as my brother remained at the school of Brienne, emphasizing the prohibition of having two brothers enrolled simultaneously in military schools. At the age of 15, I was sent to Paris, awaiting the moment when I would reach the required age for military service. Lucien's entry into the College of Brienne did not occur, or at least not until after my departure from the military school of Paris. The intricacies of familial aspirations and the challenges posed by the military bureaucracy unfold within these pages, shedding light on the complexities of my early life. I, Napoleon Bonaparte, can unequivocally affirm that I hail from a distinguished family with a rich genealogy, a fact supported by an authentic account I obtained from Tuscany. The details of my family's background and the intricacies of my lineage are noteworthy aspects of my history. While much has been said about the civil dissensions that compelled my family to depart from Italy and seek refuge in Corsica, I choose to remain silent on this subject. The complexities of those times, the political unrest, and the decisions that shaped my family's trajectory are significant elements that I shall leave undiscussed. As I reflect on the various accounts surrounding my youth, it is evident that numerous narratives exist, each offering a distinct perspective on the formative years of my life. The tales of my early experiences, the challenges faced, and the influences that shaped my character have been subject to diverse interpretations. In these memoirs, I aim to provide a first-hand account of my journey, offering insights into the events and circumstances that played pivotal roles in shaping the man who would eventually become known as Napoleon Bonaparte. I vividly recall an interesting incident from my childhood, a tale worth sharing as detailed in the Memoirs of the Duchesse d'Arbran. One day, one of my sisters accused me of consuming a basketful of grapes, figs, and citrons from the garden of our uncle, the Canon. To those familiar with the nuances of the Bonaparte family, the enormity of this offense becomes apparent. Eating fruit belonging to Uncle the Canon was considered far more egregious than indulging in grapes and figs that could be claimed by anyone else. An inquiry into the matter ensued. I vehemently denied the accusation, but my protestations fell on deaf ears, and I found myself facing corporal punishment. The offer of forgiveness was extended if I would only beg for pardon, but I stood my ground, insisting on my innocence. Unfortunately, my pleas were met with skepticism. If memory serves me right, my mother was away at the time, visiting Monsieur de Marbeuf or some other friend. My refusal to admit guilt resulted in 3 days of enduring a diet consisting solely of bread and cheese, and not the favored brioche cheese at that. Throughout this ordeal, I maintained my composure, dull but not sulky. On the 4th day, a turning point arrived when a little friend of Marianne Bonaparte returned from the countryside. Upon learning of my supposed disgrace, she confessed that she and Marianne were the culprits who had consumed the forbidden fruit. Now it was Marianne's turn to face the consequences of her actions. When questioned about why I had not accused my sister, I explained that while I suspected her guilt, out of consideration for her little friend, who had no involvement in the falsehood, I chose to remain silent. At that tender age of 7, a sense of justice and loyalty began to shape my character. I, Napoleon Bonaparte, have been the subject of both enthusiastic praise and exaggerated condemnation, a familiar pattern for individuals elevated above their fellow creatures by talent or favorable circumstances. Throughout my life, I found amusement in the myriad stories crafted to either embellish or tarnish my character, particularly those pertaining to my early years. There exists an anonymous publication titled The History of Napoleon Bonaparte, chronicling my life from birth to my last abdication. This work, however, contains a plethora of false and ridiculous details, especially concerning my boyhood. One notable fabrication asserts that I fortified a garden to shield myself from the imagined attacks of my comrades, who are paradoxically described a few lines later as treating me with esteem and respect. Recalling the circumstances that likely led to this fabrication, it becomes clear that certain events from my past were misconstrued. I have often laughed at such tales, recognizing them as the product of a vivid imagination rather than an accurate reflection of my youth. It serves as a testament to the enduring fascination with my life, where truth and fiction often intertwine in the narratives that seek to define me. During the winter of 1783–84, a period marked by heavy snowfalls that transformed the landscape, I, Napoleon, found myself yearning for the secluded walks and outdoor pastimes that brought me great delight. The constraints of the season forced me to seek alternative forms of recreation, leading me to mingle with my comrades and engage in walks within a spacious hall. However, the monotony of this routine soon wearied me. In my restlessness, I proposed to my comrades a more exhilarating use of the snow in the great courtyard. I suggested that, armed with shovels, we could construct hornworks, dig trenches, raise parapets and cavaliers, transforming the snowy expanse into a field for strategic maneuvers. I envisioned dividing ourselves into sections, forming a mock siege, with me taking charge of directing the attacks. The enthusiasm with which my proposal was met prompted an immediate execution of the plan. For the next fortnight, our little sham war unfolded with zeal, each participant fully engrossed in the simulated battles. The activities only came to an abrupt halt when we realized that gravel and small stones had inadvertently mixed with the snow, turning our makeshift bullets into a hazardous form of ammunition. This unexpected turn of events resulted in serious injuries to many, both among the besiegers and the besieged. I too recall being one of the unfortunate victims of this makeshift grape-shot fire. The unintended consequences, while ending our winter escapades, left a lasting memory of the spirited camaraderie shared during those snow-filled days. It is almost unnecessary to contradict the story about the ascent in the balloon. It is now very well known that the hero of that headlong adventure was not me, young Bonaparte, as has been alleged, but one of my comrades, Dudon de Chambon, who was somewhat eccentric. Of this, his subsequent conduct afforded sufficient proofs. My mind was directed to objects of a totally different kind. I turned my attention to political science. During some of my vacations, I enjoyed the society of the Abbé Raynal, who used to converse with me on government, legislation, commercial relations, etc.